What if I told you being delusional works either way you look at it? Hello and welcome to another video. And today I want to talk about being delusional and this idea of if you delusionally think something, it will come true. Something similar to manifestation, perhaps, so on and so forth. This has looting 3. Okay. It's gonna give me more, yeah, there you go. More mutton because of the looting 3. But yeah, essentially, I want to make a point today to say that being delusional works either way you look at it. Now, what ways am I referring to when I say either? Here, I would say one way of looking at it is if you're delusional, you manifest things and the universe kind of works in your favor, right? So that is one way of looking at being delusional. And the other way, I would say being delusional works is the one I want to address in this video today. So what is this way of seeing the world, viewing the world, XYZ, whatever, right? I say it is the world, taking the world, right? Oh, okay, actually this has quite a lot of nice stuff. There we go, mutton, put that together. So I would say is taking this world that we live in, and when we're being delusional, we are almost priming our brains to notice opportunities, to act a certain way, and to do things that align with our quote-unquote delusions. So say I say I'm gonna find everywhere around me are opportunities to find a job, to get a job, right? Everywhere around me are opportunities for a job. And you know, some might say, oh, that's crazy. What, you know, like how is that gonna work, right? You can't just say things and they'll come true. Well, given the circumstance, okay, let's take a hypothetical that manifestation and the universe working for you is not real. It's absolutely fake, right? It does not exist. You know, let's stay in that what's it called? In that kind of world. All right. But now, the thing is that even if we're in a world where none of that works, it still primes our brain to notice the opportunities when they're right in front of us. Because you must have noticed that when you're you know, going about your day, everywhere, left, right, forward, backwards, everywhere, you see hiring signs. Someone's hiring, this person's hiring, that person's hiring. And then maybe from a friend of a friend, you hear, oh, you know, there's this opportunity, X, Y, and Z. But if you're in this space of, oh, you know, there's no jobs, there's no nothing, I won't even get it, then you're not even gonna try to apply to these opportunities. You're not gonna take the opportunities that are right in front of you. And that is the crux of my point, is when you're being delusional, you're priming your brain to take everything that comes its way. You're priming yourself to go with the flow in the directions that you want to be. Let me take an example that I had recently. All right. I was what's this example? Oh, I completely blanked out on this example, but that is fine. All right, that is completely fine. I'll think of something in a very quickly. But okay, let's make up an example. Let's say you are wanting to be more of a charming and magnetic person. You want to, when you walk into a room, you take control and people notice you, right? This could be for any reason. Maybe you want to get more recognition. Maybe you want the respect of your peers, whatever. Right? This is the premise. What you could do is you could say to yourself, or you could believe that, hey, I am magnetic. Everyone wants to come speak to me, this, that, and the other. So now when you walk into a room, you're just moving a different way because you're so confident. You if you genuinely believe this, you're moving with confidence, and people can sense that. And let's say you're not, people can't sense that, right? But now your brain is primed to notice when people are noticing. And then when you go into a room and you notice someone looking over at you, you go over and you say hi. And you almost embody that magnetic, charismatic person. I'm not sure how to put it, but it essentially unlocks the cheat codes of your brain. It's some sort of voodoo magic that I cannot explain. Maybe there's research behind it, but I'm sure intuitively it makes sense. At least it does to me. And yeah, that is essentially what I'm making this video about, because, you know, there's the whole, it's magic, the universe is gonna do this, the universe is gonna do that, manifestation. And I might believe in that, but just given that all of that is fake, right? None of that is real. Given that none of that is real, it's a hypothetical. You might believe it's real, and that's amazing. But, oh, that was very sad. But given that none of that is real, even then, there is immense benefits to being delusional and pretending, or, faking it till you make it, in other words. So you actually have no reason not to do this. I mean, if you're watching this video and you want to achieve something, you want to get a job, you want to get into your university of choice, you want to fix your relationship with a family member, you should be delusional in the goals that you have. And again, this comes back to my previous video of playing the game to win, which I could mention, but if you've already given up before you've even started, then there's actually no way you're gonna win. And with that said, that is my entire point. That is why I'm making this video. That is my argument, and I hope it's somewhat convincing to you. But even if it's not, I urge you to try it. Try being delusional, and see how that works for you. And with that said, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.